Hey everybody. So sorry that I did not post a video blog yesterday. I just kind of forgot. It was a long day and I had a lot of stuff going on yesterday, so I forgot. My bad. Hope you can forgive me. So I'm gonna do two today. I'll post one now, and then here in a little bit I'm gonna post another one. So be watching for the second one. So for this one, we are on day 4 of identity in Christ. So hopefully you did that yesterday. And we were also on John chapter 18 verses, John chapter 15 verses 18 through 27. And so in today's devotion plan, it's titled One Family. And what it talks about is how unity is so important. That was the overall theme of this devotion, was unity, because unity is so important, especially in the church. We need to be people known who are unity, or who are known for their unity, who are unified, because when we are unified, when we work together as one, then we are able to accomplish more for the glory of God. And this is exactly what Jesus wants. In Ephesians chapter 2, it says that, when Jesus died, he didn't just die for us. He died to unify us, to unite us. And I love that, because unity is so important. We need to be people who get along and who love one another and not fight and bicker all the time. And yes, it's hard sometimes because people are hard to love. But Jesus still says we've got to love them and we got to show them Christ. And that's my goal every day in life, is to show people love. Even the people that I have a hard time loving, is to just love on them and to just point them to Christ, because ultimately Christ saves, and His love wins in the end. If you haven't read the Bible, I haven't read the Bible all the way through, but if you check Revelations, Jesus wins in the end. If you didn't know, Jesus wins. So I want to be about Jesus, because I want to be all things Jesus. I want to be like Christ, and I just want to love on people as Christ did, because of the fact that He loved me, and the very least I can do is to do what He's commanded me to do. That's the very least I can do for Him, is to be obedient to Him. And so then in John chapter 15, in verses 18 through 27, my Bible tells it, Jesus warns about the world's hatred. And essentially what it talks about is how, if you follow Christ, the world is going to hate you. You're going to get some enemies. And this is so true, because, if the world were for Jesus, then the world would love us, because us as believers, that is. But Jesus even says, but since you are not of this world, since this world has essentially rejected me, then they're going to reject you too. And since they hate me, they're going to hate you because you follow me. And so I just leave you with that encouragement, because so just know that if you're being hated on, if you're being persecuted, know that it's because Jesus said it's gonna happen. Be ready, because it's gonna happen. We're gonna get persecuted. We're gonna get attacked by this. Jesus, the Bible even talks about how family members are going to turn against family members, and that's crazy to think about. But it's going to happen. The world is going to hate us for those who follow Jesus, because of the fact that we follow Jesus and we're obedient to Him. And the world disagrees with that. The world has their own way of thinking, while we have the Christ-like way of thinking. Not to say that that we're better than others, because we're not, because we're all human. We all make mistakes, and we all need Jesus just as much as anybody else. But Jesus still said that the world's going to hate you because you follow me. And so, I think Jesus wants us to view our persecution with joy, because I know in James it says that brethren, view your troubles as joy, because in those troubles it produces endurance. In those troubles it produces the endurance of faith. And so those troubles, those hardships, they strengthen our faith. They force us to essentially rely on ourselves or rely on God. And in the end, I think the best option, obviously, is to rely on God, because He's our dad. He cares about us, and He wants what's best for us. So I encourage you, whatever you're dealing with, leave it at God's hands. Leave it at the feet of Jesus because He'll take care of it. I promise you. All right, I'll see y'all here in a little bit. Bye.